doing with... Oh, I'm back, by the way. Hello. Is Magic Muffin Gaming. And check me out at Magic Muffin Gaming at both Twitch and YouTube if you care. If you don't, totally understandable. Did I miss this many? Fucking remember. Wow, I missed like a whole bunch. Wow, okay, don't use this as a journal guide. We'll do that later. Postcards, I didn't even pick up one yet. Yeah. It's not as bad, but that's not great. That's not a good look. Not a good look. Okay, so we are going to assault the depot. It is 8:15 in the morning. Beautiful day. The sun is shining. The tank is clean. Oh no, the tank is clean. Finding Nemo reference. Not funny, but neither am I, so I don't know what you expected. Oh my god, get off this thing. Okay. So you can like marginally stealth portions of this where you can kind of like take out some of the humanimals. Fine, is whatever. It's whatever. And then there's gonna reach a point where you're gonna have to fight them for a little bit. Then you're stealthed again. Then you fight them again. We're going to kill God in this episode, so we're gonna kill the starfish. Because you know God is dead, and I killed him, or I will kill him. I'm alluding to the YouTube title that I'm going to make. So, yeah, we're pretty close to being done with Volga, I guess. We're probably 65, 75% of the way through. Because we have to make it through this, pick up the train car, whatever Crest's thing is. So we're just going diagonally, and all the humanimals like are noticing us, and it's just meant to scare the shit out of us. Luckily, I'm wearing my brown pants, so I came prepared to have the shit scared out of me. That section sucks. It doesn't suck. It doesn't really suck. So we're gonna jump out. Oh, why it does that? Whenever I like tab out and re-tab in, if I press shift to sprint, it will automatically make me open up, like, you know, if you shift tab in Steam and it opens up like the whatever Steam panel you'd call that. Oh, I need to make more ammo. Jeez, I didn't realize I had that little. Luckily I have 354 frickin' scrap. I'm just gonna make a crap ton of that. Maybe more of those. And then everything here was good, I believe. Yeah, it all looks good. Oh, okay. Okay. Dude, I love this game. It has such good level design. And really, that's just at this point, we can say that that's a staple of 4A. Like, they know how to design a frickin' level. You know? And Exodus is a testament to their ability to... Yep. You... Come on. What the hell? Weird, it won't let me crouch. How weird is that? Huh. It's not letting me teabag. Well, there it goes. Huh, it doesn't let me maybe it's because they're in water. It won't let me teabag the animals that I kill. Yeah, like here, if you don't know that they're gonna pop out of the walls, it's a little bit scary, but they're like, even when you know they're coming, they're like legitimately scary on Caspian. They don't fuck around, and neither do I. So I mean, it's kind of fair in that regard. Um, I'm not fussed. It's whatever. I get it. Here, so this is the key. You get to this room anyway, but you get to it quicker, I think, if you just have this key. Um, I don't think it lets you bypass any of the level. Maybe it does. Maybe that lets you bypass part of the level. So it's just an extra reward for helping the people. So here's the night vision. That's part of the equipment challenge or achievement.
The active agent provokes pronounced pathologies in the crustacean and mollusk young, which quickly prove to be fatal. Yet the catfish hatchlings
So
in the
we'll
test
listen.
basin have not only survived and remained completely unharmed, but quite
This is the
unexpectedly
origins
have
of the
overtaken the
starfish.
control groups in terms of growth by a factor of at least 4. The agent does not seem to impact the pelagic fish species that much. The perch and roach young have shown a marginal increase in growth with no apparent negative effect.
So yeah, the starfish is literally like the mutated continuation of a science experiment. So that tape right there, if they believed in science. Oh hey, YK Louds Z. Hey, how you doing? How's your Metro Marathon going? Dude, it's going pretty well. I'm not gonna lie, like halfway through Last Light, I was kind of getting tired of playing Metro games. But Exodus is different enough that it felt kind of refreshing. Like the new engine and the new like it just feels crisp, you know what I mean? So I'm pretty happy. I love these games, man. How are you doing? He might have stepped away. It still says I have a viewer. So he's probably there. It's fine. We'll wait for him to get back. Let me know when you're back, bud. If you come back, you don't have to. I get it. I wouldn't watch me either, so totally understandable. Oh, well, that's good. How are you dealing with COVID? You doing okay? I gotta hit the lock. No? Am I on drugs? Drugs. Fine. Oh, that's if we come afterward. You're fine, butt. Uh-oh, what's the butt? Dude, butts are never good. Oh, she does. How are her symptoms? Are they pretty serious? Does she have just a little like a cough or what? Oh no. Dude, I'm sorry to hear that. Does she have is she younger or does she have like a pre-existing condition that's making it more difficult for her? Oh, so there's the starfish. Does she have asthma or something like that that is making it more difficult for her? Like, is she immunocompromised? Oh, yeah, if you're not comfortable, dude, don't worry about it. Jeez. Man, I hope she pulls through. Hopefully, my fiance and my mom both work in the medical field, so they're both nurses. Um, and I mean, even just from the beginning of COVID to now, it's they've done a lot. They've changed how they conduct treatment a lot. So I mean, I really hope she pulls through, man. That sucks. It's a rough position to be in. This is just like, honestly, like, no bullshit, like, video games, whatever, like, real talk. Like, this is such an unprecedented time for us to live in. And it's hard for a lot of people, man. And I'm sorry it's hard for you. I'm sorry she's going through that. Like, genuinely from the bottom of my heart. I saw that Johnson and Johnson is, I think they just began trials, or they confirmed that they have a one-shot vaccination. So with the Pfizer and the Modero vaccines, I believe. Oh, dude, it doesn't matter. Dude, it doesn't matter if you're dating her or not. What did you say? You said the girl that I love has COVID. Doesn't matter if you're dating, man. You still care about her, you know. Um the Modero and Pfizer vaccines, you have to like get the shot and then you have to wait 3 weeks, I think, and then get the second shot, experience mild to moderate symptoms from the second shot. Um, and the Johnson and Johnson, the single shot, one vaccination, you're in, you're done, you're vaccinated. I think that's gonna compel a lot more people to get the shot, to get the vaccination. Um, but yeah, I hope she bounces back, man. I mean, if she's that young, statistically. Oh, he did? Yeah, so both my fiance and my mom have both gotten the Pfizer vaccine. They've gotten both rounds. So they are, I guess technically you're not immune, but you are highly resistant um to COVID. So, I don't know. Hopefully just when it's available, people will go out and get their shots, man. If she's if she's that young, she's going to have statistics on her side. So I hope she pulls through, man. I really do. If he's gotten it already, is he a teacher or part of like the medical field? Because I know in most states they prioritized um they prioritize like, frontline workers and stuff like that. Okay, here's where okay, he glitched. That was weird. Yeah, yeah. So he was probably one of the earlier ones to get vaccinated, right? She has a pulmonary infection due to COVID. Wow. Wow. I've never even heard of that happening with COVID, man. Usually it's, respiratory issues or, respiratory failure generally. So is she well, you said you weren't comfortable talking about it, so I'll try not to pry too much, but I'll just say, man, I hope she gets better. That sucks. I hope you and your family stay safe too. Really? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Pro gamer right there. My my fiance, technically she tested positive for COVID, but we think it was a false positive because her dad and I both got tested after we were in close, physical proximity with her. And we both tested negative. So she had the rapid test done. Yeah, I live in Colorado. Um so my fiance had the rapid test and she came back positive, but then her dad and I both had like 3-day tests and they both came back negative. And that's like the closest proximity I've had to testing, anybody in my family or close like relations testing positive. So I feel, as shitty as it sounds, I feel really blessed that that's all I've had to deal with. Are you from the US as well? Okay. Getting my ass kicked by plants. Jeez. Oh, we have to go back down. Right. It does, yeah. So I had to completely isolate. So I spent Thanksgiving locked in my room because I was afraid to expose my family to COVID. So I literally spent like what was it, 8 or 9? It was 8 or 9 days completely isolated, locked in my room, waiting for like my results to get back. Because the testing centers in Colorado Springs were, oh boy, that's a problem. Uh, the testing centers in Colorado Springs were all like locked, or they were all closed for like the holidays and stuff. So my fiance said, "Oh, hey, I tested positive. You need to go get tested." But then I couldn't for like another 5 days. Then I waited another 3 days to get my results back. So yeah, I spent Thanksgiving locked up in my in my room, like kind of all by myself, which sucked. But I at least got to spend Christmas and New Year's with my family and friends and everything. Well, not friends, but just family, close family. We were trying to kind of be safe. It's hard even. I don't know if you've been watching the news, but I live in the country with the most cases. Isn't that the U.S.? Doesn't the U.S. have the most cases, or is that the most cases per capita? I know Brazil's had a hell of a time. Um, not that I am the smartest guy in the world, but I know Bolsonaro kind of dropped the ball a little bit. Portugal live in the country with the most cases. So is that the most cases per capita? Wow. Dude, you live in Portugal. How the hell did you find my stream? That doesn't make any sense at all. I don't know. No, I haven't heard much about the situation in Portugal. You know, the US has kind of just gone crazy with the whole election and whatnot. Feels like the world's kind of off its rails a little bit. So you guys are getting hit pretty hard? Oh, do you? See, I just did Metro 2033 and Last Light over the last like 10 days, and I think I had like four real viewers and I had like three like bots that were trying to spam me and stuff. And then I had one guy who raided my stream, which is pretty nice of him. He seems like a pretty cool guy. Fudge Grand. Yeah, Metro Exodus is such a good game, man. What do you game on? Do you do PC or do you do console? Oh shit. Oh no. PC. That's nice. Yeah, I've platinumed this on PlayStation. So this is my first time like actually playing on PC today. And man, there's a difference. It looks really nice on PC. And I recently upgraded to a RTX 3070, so I have ray tracing and everything. And I don't know if that's like part of the like quality that I'm noticing, but it looks way better on a PC, at least than on my I just had a regular like PlayStation 4 that I played this on before. Oh, and console. What consoles do you own? Oh yeah. Yeah, I want to get a PS5. I'm kind of waiting for more games to come out. So I kind of used what money I would have used to buy a PS5, like upgrading my PC, so that I'm, with the new generation of like GPUs and CPUs and everything. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty psyched because like PS5 looks so nice with all the, HDR 4K and like all that stuff. So I'm excited to see what games, um, how much better they'll look and everything. You still have a 362, huh? Yeah, dude, that was like my console like growing up when I was back, way back when. I'm 20, I'm about to turn 27 next week. Um, so when I was like, 15, 16, well, actually even younger than that, I guess, like 14, 15. 360 was like my console. Oh, used money for your upgrades on PC? What are you rocking spec-wise? Are you an Intel or AMD guy?
Artyom, are you still alive? Come in, Artyom. Artyom! Artyom, are you okay? Respond!
There's a trick here. I think it's this. Yeah, 1500x 3070. There you go, man. I fucked up right there. I was supposed to wait to do that, I think. I'm gonna quick load. Beauty of quick load. Yeah, I did Intel like 2 iterations ago, like back when Haswell. Well, I mean, this was like way back in like 2015, I think. So I had a i7 4790K for the longest time, and then I finally upgraded to Ryzen like this last December, like November, December. Yeah, we're feeding the starfish. Yeah, it's crazy the prices though, how much it's been inflated. Like the 30 like even just the 3070, I think at MSRP is at like $400 or $500, and I may or may not have paid like close to $1,000 for it US, which was just stupid, you know, but okay, I think we drop it on it now. I don't remember. Might have to reload this too. Yay, fisherman. So we unlocked the achievement fisherman, which is kill the catfish. There we go. Right now it's like 7:45 p.m. because I'm on Mountain Standard Time for the US. So for you, it must be like what are you 7 hours ahead of me? So it's like, what is it, like almost 3 in the morning for you if you're in Portugal? 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, something like that. Yeah, 3 a.m. Yeah. What are you doing up, bud? That's early. I can't stay up that late anymore. I feel like such an old man. I'm like, oh, it's 11 p.m. time to go to bed, and I wake up at like 6:45 every morning. Are you worried? Like, do you have insomnia from like anxiety or something? Dude, I've been there. W and S to drive, space rotate C. Okay. When I was in college for my bachelor's degree. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I know what that feels like. When I was in college for my bachelor's degree, I had pretty severe insomnia, like for 3 out of the 4 years, and I would sleep like maybe 2 to 3 hours a night, like on average. Some nights I would stay awake the whole time. Other times I would I'm messing this up. I think I'm supposed to like actually open the door. I'm gonna go check that out. Yeah, I was like, I was kind of on autopilot. I even knew that this was here. I was just kind of on autopilot, just trying to talk. God, I looked like an idiot. Yeah, when I was, hey man, it's your fault. You distracted me. No. Yeah, I had pretty severe anxiety where I would be, you know, 2 weeks ahead in my school assignments because I'd like panic about doing them on time. I would sleep like 2 or 3 hours a night. Some nights I would stay up all night, like literally watch the sun go down, watch the sun come up, and I would just try to stay busy and everything.
Are you alright? He's not alive. God, I almost drove myself
It's not a
crazy.
fun place to be in.
You are finally online. Grant said you'd been cut off by the terminal. But we couldn't contact you for so long. I'm sorry we needed our help. Cut that out, Dad. Our chum wasn't exactly slacking off out there.
So, did you get that rail car? Oh, I can hear its engine. Yeah, great job. You should
Oh,
get to the
wait.
depot
No, I
now.
want to go to the right.
Watch your step, though. I promise, there's a few shady characters over there. Actually, a whole bunch. Well, in case of any trouble, you know what to do.
I'm a bit the opposite. I can't do my assignments. I just can't. I do them, never miss one, but can. Oh, like, so you don't work ahead with anxiety or anything? How do I turn the... Holy shit, how do I forget? Oh, it's this. That's right. Okay. I'm going for the good ending. So, um, I can't bring myself to watch the bad ending. So I've done in my marathon, I've done good ending, and I'm going for good ending again. Um yeah, so I messed up at the church like at the beginning of Volga where I infiltrated the church, got out, and then I thought I missed a note, so I went back and looked for it and then realized that there wasn't a note that I missed, and then I ended up having to kill like 6 or 7 acolytes or paladins or whatever they're called. But it wasn't that bad because, once they started surrendering, I stopped killing them. So it didn't negatively affect my morality, but I still feel I still feel guilty, funnily enough. Um so yeah, this is my first time playing on PC. Like I said, I platinumed it on PlayStation. So I'm just gonna do everything that I remember, and then eventually I'll go back through and I have to get out again. I think I do. No, it automatically moves me left. That's nice. Um, so eventually I'll go back through. Probably I won't stream it because I feel like that's kind of tedious. Dude, okay. Like seriously, I'm paranoid about getting like bad endings like that. So I checked a guide and made sure that I'd get the good ending first. And then when I went and fleshed out my achievements, I did the bad ending. And no joke, like I also like teared up. Like that was so that was so rough, man. Yeah, that was so rough. I think I've only finished this game like 4 times. So this will be my 5th run. And like I just feel a compulsion to get the good ending because the bad ending is so sad. I mean, even the good ending is bittersweet. Like when when he's like giving you his gas mask and like he's sacrificing everything for you so that you can go on and like save Anna, like oof. Wow, 7 times, yeah. So like 2033, I've probably beaten 2033 like 12 or 13 times. Last Light, I've only beaten like maybe 4 or 5 times. And then Exodus, I've beaten like 4, and I think this is 5. I'm pretty sure at least.
Artyom, we can see you.
Um,
Great job. Now, get over
I
here.
love
I
them.
cannot
I love
understand.
these games. Was Exodus is your favorite? Yeah, yeah. One's for the good ending, one's for the bad. Uh, Yeah, dude. Exodus it's a super super solid game. I feel like for me, like it's hard to choose between Exodus and 2033 because I have so much nostalgia for 2033 because I remember when it first came out
Yeah, our old
in
home is
like
here.
I think it was like 2008 or 2009, and then like the Reduxes were amazing, and then the books. So I've read the books. So I have them right over there on my shelf, 2033, 2034, and 2035. Um and yeah, I don't know. Exodus,
Uncle,
yeah, dude,
you
Exodus
will
might be my
find my
favorite. It's
tent.
pretty
Oh,
close.
you can see she's been properly cared for all this time. So unlike my
What
poor
are the
old
games you
guy,
like playing?
I wonder how fast he can go on a straight line.
Yeah, dude, the dark ones.
Daddy?
I'm waiting for them to come back
Daddy!
because
Are you really back?
with
You're my
Last Light,
hero,
the
Daddy.
canon ending is the good ending, right? So
Mom,
the dark ones are
Daddy's
still out
back.
there, which means that in Metro 4 or whatever game that is,
Oh,
they could
thank you,
potentially
Uncle
come
Tom.
back and we
Thank you
could
so much.
be reunited with the little dark one when he's all grown up.
We've been worried here. Anna worried the most, of course. But I told her that the colonel
Artyom,
only
come
sends
up
you on
here.
the most
I
important
have something to
missions
talk to you about.
because he trusts you that much.
Hello, Artyom.
You're back. You
Dude,
did great.
I
Thank you.
the another guy
Here's the
who
plan.
talked to me for a little
Your
bit
group captures the
told me about
tugboat, and
Tarkov,
you
like Escape
and
from
you and
Tarkov and
Crest
how he
take it to the
plays it.
bridge.
And I've
While
watched
Crest distracts
YouTubers
the
play it.
guards, you and Duke infiltrate the control room at the top.
I haven't
and
picked it
lower
up
the
yet, but
bridge.
like
On
I
your mark,
really,
we'll ram the gates,
you know, I'm
pick you up,
interested for sure.
and
I don't think
I
I'd be any
pray
good
to
at it,
God
but
works out.
I think that'd be fun.
I can't give you or Duke any direct support. The data we have tells us
But
the enemy's
Exodus,
main
doing it for the
force
8th
is
time.
guarding
Yeah,
the
dude,
gate.
it's addictive. This
One
game
more
is so
thing,
good.
Artyom. Look after Duke,
Warzone.
alright?
Yeah, I've never played
He's a great
Warzone.
scout, but prone to
I have a friend who's
unnecessary
always playing
risks.
it.
Sure, he's young.
Yeah,
But if he continues
I
like that, who knows what will
pre-ordered
happen?
Cyberpunk and I
So give
played
him a
like
good example and do it
32 hours
smoothly
into
and
it, I think.
quietly.
And I don't know, I kind of petered out. I kind of got a little bit bored.
Special forces,
And that's when
not
I
tank
decided to do a
jocks.
break. And I was like,
Good
oh,
luck,
hey,
Artyom.
let's do Metro. Oh, let's actually start streaming and do like a stream of Metro and upload to YouTube and all that. So I'll probably go back and finish the story in Cyberpunk. Um, but I just kind of got burnt out on it a little bit. But yeah, I'm really
Need some
interested in
rest?
starting
All right. But don't take
Tarkov
too long.
Welcome back.
because it looks good, it looks fun, it looks hard, you know, which is like a good thing I think for that kind of game.
It's my age, I guess.
Um,
Oh, well, we were all
so I don't
worried.
know. Maybe I'd stream it. I don't know. I'm not a very good
To a whole
streamer,
new level, I
so
must say.
I feel like I get
Artyom,
distracted pretty
I have an
easily.
improvement for Tiha ready.
Um,
Try taking it out for a trial. You're welcome to use
honestly,
the
like
workbench
my
to install
highlights have
it.
just been like talking to the two people who've talked to me, which is, you know, one of them's you. Thanks for doing that. I play the crew 2 a lot when I'm sad of anxious. Starting my back thing. Dude, I was the same way in GTA 5. Like to help relax, I would literally just drive like the entire perimeter of the island in GTA 5 and just you know, flow through traffic, go through. Yeah, dude, I like talking to people, you know. I like talking a lot. I like getting people's stories, you know, like trying to understand who they are and
Are you
what
ready
drives
for
them
that
and
final
stuff.
push?
Thank you.
Good luck.
The Crew 2.
And thanks again.
I don't think I've
Thank
played
you,
The
Artyom.
Crew.
You are the man.
Yeah, I agree. It's
I
talking
am
to
in your
people.
debt. Wow, where did you get this? God damn,
I
this
agree.
is cool.
And it's kind of like
Thank you,
that
man.
double-edged sword
You
where I
just
feel like a
blew my
lot of people
mind.
get into streaming because they want to talk to people, but then they get popular and then they can't talk anymore. You know, so like I love watching Valkyrie, Pokimane, Disguised Toast, even people like Well and Dartigan, like things like that, and like their stream is moving so fast. There's no way that they can actually talk to their viewers, unless they play a game, like Admiral Bulldog, like he'll play video. Dude, Toast, man, yeah. Dude, I watch Toast every single morning. I like start off my day before work. I like put on Disguised Toast and I watch whatever, shenanigans he's up to. That's true, slow mode. But I mean, even when you've got, if you've got sub mode and slow mode, I mean, it's still hard to engage like this. You know what I mean? Like where I feel like you and me are having an actual conversation. And I feel like once you reach a certain number of people who tune into your streams, it's not possible to have a back and forth like this. Because it would be, for instance, like using the example of me being the streamer, it'd be like, oh, Magic Muffin's going to talk to YK Louds. And then he's going to talk to this other guy. Then he's going to talk back to YK. Then he's going to go back to a third guy. Then he's going to go back to the second guy. And I feel like it's a different dynamic, Dr. Lupo. Yeah, Dr. Lupo does. I mean, I think most big streamers ought to just default using slow mode because there's like no way, when you've got 30,000 people tuning into your stream, there's just no physical way that you can talk to everybody. You know what I mean? Oh, why clouds? I gotcha. Why clouds? YK Louds, why cloud? I can remember that. Yeah. My the name I use is Clouds, but there's already a guy. Oh, there's already a guy. Yeah, I hate that. That's why like I come up with like super off the wall handles that like nobody will ever come up with. So Magic Muffin is one of them. Go away, leave me alone. Okay. Magic Muffin's one of them, and then I also use Kappaton Kitty, so it's like Kappa, the emote Kappa 10 Kitty, so Captain Kitty. Although I haven't used that one in a little bit. I missed a equipment. I'm gonna go pick it up. I think it's over there. Yeah, it's like south of the Kitty. Yeah, well, Kitty with a Y. So it was here. I'll toggle over real quick so I can type it. That was the one that I always used to use. And then I kind of, when I started doing this streaming and, I realized that I was going to keep doing it and like stick with it, I uniformed across like all my stuff. No, you're totally good, man. It's a weird name. Like that's totally not on your English. It's on, me picking like weird, weird stuff to talk about, So when I started streaming, I was like, okay, I'm going to change my Twitch. I'm going to change my YouTube. I'm going to do everything Magic Muffin Gaming so that it's just easy for everybody. I don't have to say, oh, my YouTube is Captain Kitty, but then yeah. Hard to talk to somebody that's native. Dude, like, if you hadn't told me that you were from Portugal, I would never have guessed that you weren't a native English speaker. Like, from everything I've seen, your English is absolutely fantastic. And I can, with 100% certainty, tell you that your English is better than a lot of people that I know. And they have lived in America their entire lives and spoken English. So, dude, don't feel bad whatsoever. Your English is better than my Portuguese. Let's put it that way. This is kind of good practice for you, I guess. Talking or listening to somebody ramble in English. Dude, yeah, Portuguese. I I've tried, so I can speak a bit of Mandarin Chinese because I lived there during high school, and that was pretty hard. But like I couldn't imagine trying to learn other languages like Portuguese. I feel like is really difficult for English speakers, and I think that in Portuguese people have a more difficulty learning English. Would you agree with that? Reinforced helmet, battery, metal detector. I think, did I miss the metal detector? It's somewhere over here, isn't it? Battery charge controller. Yeah, Portuguese is hard. I've I've learned some like Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So I've tried to learn Portuguese, like, surrounding that, trying to learn no, because it helps. I learned English watching streamers and movies. Dude, that's so cool. Like, I've heard of so many people who learned how to speak English by watching, like, Friends. And I think that's so cool because I watched Narcos, the Netflix original Narcos, and Narcos Mexico, and they speak Spanish. Yeah, it's like over there, isn't it? It's like in the... I think I have to go... Oh, maybe I should find a boat. Hey, look, there's a boat. I watched Narcos and Narcos Mexico, and I learned like 3 words of Spanish. And I really wanted to learn Spanish, so I started practicing and like using Duolingo, like the app, to try to learn how to speak Spanish. And man, it's hard. So the fact that you're bilingual is like really impressive. Like for me, I have a little bit of Mandarin still. I haven't lived there since 2012, so it's kind of deserted me. Just because I haven't used it in what is that? Oh my gosh, has it really been like 8, 9 years? It's in a container if not missing in the place where you get the end. See, and that's what I thought. Like I couldn't remember exactly where everything was, so I looked at a map and I looked at it and I was like, this map isn't right. Like I feel like they had mislabeled a few things. 'Cause you have to find like the gas for this, don't you? And then you like start the generator. Yeah, you have to like find gas for this generator. That's right. So need fuel behind blue. Yeah. That's right. Here we're gonna try to start it. It's not gonna work. We're gonna find the fuel, then we can open the door. See, I haven't played Exodus in about a year, I think. So for me, it's like I feel like I remember most of it, and then I actually encounter the level, and then I remember like, oh no, I don't know anything. Like I forgot 80% of the game, and I feel stupid. So like, where's the canister?
And then I saw that shoe. Ah, will you just look at
Oops.
what the cat dragged in? Oh, well,
A heretic!
well, I'll be. He doesn't.
It's
seem
outside, so it's on this little islet though, right?
Gun is holstered. He's a human after all, even though he is a heretic. He has some sense even. His soul may not be completely lost.
In front of the generator in that window, but outside. Oh, I gotcha. So it's on the backside of that shack. I love talking to these guys. Like, they're always like, some of them will like talk mad shit, where they're just like, oh, you heretic, huh? You loser. And you're like, dude, I could kill you, but I kind of don't want to. So that's always, yeah. I like the villagers a lot. They're kind of funny. Aha. Look, man, you saved me. There you go. You saved me 10 minutes of running around. So, I thank you, Y Clouds. You're my favorite person in this chat, hands down. There we go. Okay, so now we can go get that. No? Oh. No? Whoops. Didn't mean to click that again. Hey, don't qualify it. Take the compliment, man. Regardless of who else would be in the chat, you're my favorite person in chat. How about that?
Don't you worry, it's a quiet place. Nobody comes here, not even the mutants, really. The Tsarfish does feed here from time to time, but we, the faithful, have nothing to fear.
The fish? Yeah, I don't fear, for I hold the true faith, but the fish comes here to feed.
I have to hit the...
But the fish would never touch true believers, so no fear.
I can't believe I forgot, like, what I'm supposed to be doing here.
Strong enough, then it's another can of worms. The fish
I can't open the doors, so I gotta go up, probably. Go on top of the wood planks, yeah, and then drop down. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let me just check if there's anything up here worth getting. I mean, kinda. What is that? Metro 2035, great book. If you haven't read it, you should read it. Yeah, so we're good. Look at you. You're like a little game guide for me. I appreciate it. Yeah, so now I can go out and I can open that pneumatic door. That's right. There should be the Oh, it said it was still locked though. The hell? Oh. Right. Should probably turn that on, huh? I swear to God, I'm kind of good at video games. Some of the time. Okay. Okay, so there's the batteries. Okay. Alright. Let me look. I think that's... I mean, we've got... I think 2 more pieces. We got the compass, we got the gas mask, we got the battery charge controller, we have the helmet. We need the metal detector and the armor, and that's it. So I need to figure out where... I don't have a server. I have Discord. I haven't dedicated a whole bunch of time trying to learn how Discord works. I just jumped on for a Dungeons and Dragons server where like a couple of my friends were playing, and so they had made like a server and they invited me to it. I could try to figure that out for a Discord server. I don't really know how to do that, but I could definitely learn. Yeah, dude, I would love to. I mean, if you're interested, I'll definitely try to figure something out. Let's clean all our guns real quick. Dude, totally do it. I mean, I know it's always stupid, like meeting, like our parents and grandparents think, like, oh, meeting people over the internet. That's so dumb. How do you know? It's like, it's really easy. Like, you just meet somebody, you talk to them, and it's fun. So, yeah, dude, if you want to set up a Discord server, totally. I'd be 1,000% down for that. Good. I think we're so good with reflex there. I'll stick with the ammo pouches, though. Yeah, if you want to set that up, man, I'm totally down. Yeah, like I said, I've only ever joined like servers that have already been made by people, and I've really only used it for the last like 2 months or so. Because I started out and I would always like use Skype. So I was always I was kind of like, "Oh, well, if it's not Skype, I'm not going to do it." And then I used Discord for the first time and I was like, "Oh my god, how have I not been using Discord this whole time?" You know. So I need to go left. Well, kind of. I want to go find the metal detector, which is over to the left, like behind these guys, I think. Yeah, I can send you my Discord if that's what you need. I just haven't even tried because I was like, you know, I have 3 followers. One of them is you, which, by the way, thank you very much for following me. I think it's fun to talk to you. Um, and then another streamer who raided me, and then he and I talked for a little bit. And then the third one I think is a bot. So I think it's easier if you add me on Discord and DM the rules and all of that. I mean, the rules would be pretty simple, right? It'd be no racism, no sexism, no like exchanging personal information or pictures, right? I don't know, man. You're the expert apparently. I've got no clue what the hell I'm doing. You should know that I have no idea what I'm doing just based on watching me play. You know what I mean? So, here, I'll tab out. You just let me know what... Well, I won't tab out yet. How many tabs do you want? I don't know what that means. Like, you mean tabs like the hashtags, like where you do the general discussion or the whatever? BCTC. I don't know what that means. I told you I don't know anything about Discord, man. I feel like I feel like I'm an idiot. I don't know what that means. There's a note. I don't know. Like maybe one voice chat and like 2 text chats? Right? One for, or 2, I guess, maybe 2 voice chats where one for people in the call or like who are watching the stream, one for people who aren't watching the stream, and then 2 voice chats or 2 text chats rather. Is that normal? I fell in the water. God damn it. Okay. Please, yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know. I was a Skype guy up until 2 months ago. So I haven't dedicated any time whatsoever to learning Discord. Dude, I'm totally down for that, man. I trust your brain. Where's the... Is it... I feel like the metal detector was over here, wasn't it? Or is it further... Maybe it's like behind the depot somewhere. It's further east, isn't it? Like over there. Kind of by like where you pick up the teddy bear, right? Oh, that bounced me off. Little container close to the base where you can save a stranger and he gives you keys to the NVGS. With a night vision? So it's like way back over there? Blue container close to the base where you can save the stranger. I need to go way away from where I am then. Like kind of where I'm pointed. Like left of Duke's base, right? Like on the railroad. The stupid guide I'm looking at. Yeah, okay. I have it open. I'm going to have it open. So the guide I'm looking at, where it's just a map of Volga in the photos, it says I'm kind of close. Like it should be southeast of me. Kind of in these like little scatterings, like to the southeast of me where that circle is, like left of the house, but to the south. See that red symbol on the water? I'm colorblind, so maybe not. Red symbol. North. You think it's north? Because I got the reinforced helmet from like this little island I'm on. So like to the top left of me. Here. I'm gonna check this guide real quick just to see. Because I'd rather just do this now and like have it done with, you know what I mean? Instead of like when I'm doing my hardcore run, trying to like finish out my achievements. I feel like it'd be way easier just to do it now when I'm playing a normal. The compass, I have the compass. Throwing weapons, I have the throwing weapons. Battery charger, I have the battery charger. Ammo, I have the ammo pouches. Helm upgrade, I have the helm upgrade. Metal detector. Metal detector is located on the island in the southeast part of Volga. Don't go in the direction of a huge building. It's on the right side. You'll see a small house in it. Table among the clocks you can find. Okay, where the hell is that? So it's by a crane. It says it's like by a crane, like maybe behind me, like to the east. Yeah, it looks like it's to the east, so I have to cross over and go like that very bottom right safe house. It looks like I'm like just to the top left of that. So I'll go check that way. So like there I'm pointed kind of right at it. I'll run that way while you double check me and then correct me, because I'm probably wrong. No, you're right though. There's what did I pick up over there? It was something I picked up over there. Like, you're right, there's something over right by where you were talking about. It just wasn't the what did I get? I think that's where I got the reinforced helmet. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I lost my mind there for a sec. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, like, I thought it was by the demon's nest. It's to the left of it, right? That's where the demon has the nest. So I already got the teddy bear. There's a train. Okay. God. So is it like up here? Train carriage. Oh, it's by that. Is it by that crane over there? Oh, maybe I don't go in that. In the direction of the nest. Okay, so like back here somewhere. Because that looks like the crane that I was seeing. Like maybe it's over there. Is that about right? I think chat's on a slight delay, so I'll go around back. I feel like, oh, maybe it's this. Hopefully he didn't call that. He didn't. Okay, we're good. It's in here, right? No, no. Okay, I'm an idiot. That's fine. Jeez. I need to clean my gun because this is jamming like crazy. Yeah, it's jamming after every single shot. Break the lock. Okay, yeah. I think it's in there. I'm pretty sure. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, I need to clean my gun because that jammed after like every single shot that I made. Yeah, I think it's in that shack. I came like super close and I just like didn't commit to the idea. Honestly, I kind of forgot that I put the 8-shot revolver cylinder. It's probably worth having the 8-shot on there over a jamming Kalash. It's okay. I'll exact. No, dude, me neither, dude. It's been like a year. Okay, so he howled. I'm gonna hide in here like a little girl, and I'm totally fine with that. Okay, I will keep an eye out. Yeah, I always feel like such an idiot after like not having played these games. Oh, well, there we go. Okay, so that's the metal detector. Okay, luckily no IEDs, but I got a note, so that's great. So I won't have to do that for a while. Yeah, I always feel like such an idiot after like not playing a game for a while and like forgetting where stuff is. And I'm like, oh, I should have known what this is. But then I remember it's like, dude, I haven't played this in a year. Like, I shouldn't feel bad for not remembering where every single collectible is. You know what I mean? Gotta go back this way. Yeah, I always remember like, and they're like less obvious than Metro 2033 and Exodus, where like you're not always looking for them and then all of a sudden they happen and then like you just die. And I remember that like in Exodus, compared to the other two, where I was just like totally surprised. I was like, oh yeah, there's like trip mines in this game and I'm like dead. So, oh, okay. Oh, I hate that when you hit a bump and it like launches you in the air. I assume that's happened to you. I assume that's not just like a me issue. It's like you're sprinting and then you hit like a bump and then it just skids you off that bump and then you plummet to your death and it's really embarrassing. But thank God there's only one person watching me because, you know, only one person saw how shitty I am at this game. The only dungeon. Holy cows. Yeah, you saw that, right? Like, I was just running, and then I got launched, like, 8 feet to the side, like, off the rail. What am I actually supposed to be doing? Oh, we have to go do the... Oh, we have to go do the, Yeah. I've died twice to it. I've died twice to it. It's gotten me into trouble, though, a couple times. That's right. So we have to go pose as the traders, right? We sneak onto that boat, we take over control, and then we go to the bridge. And then I did enough that Duke will live, and that's all I care about. Yeah, see, and like I'm so used to 2033 and Exodus right now, or Last Light right now, that I don't even think of it like that. I want it to be daytime. I'm scared. See, but I am super impatient. So like I'm constantly forcing, like if you go to my YouTube and you rewatch like me playing 2033 and Last Light, it's always like, okay, you can stealth these parts, it's totally fine. Yeah, you can just knock out. Just make sure you don't kill. That's right. So if you go back and watch me, I'm always like, oh, you can totally like stealth this, you don't have to get noticed, you can ghost, and then like I'm like, I probably shouldn't go here. I'm gonna go here. And I like force the issue and I get noticed, and then I end up having to like kill 15 people in a level because I was too impatient to wait 5 seconds, you know? It's just the kind of player I am, I guess. Yeah. Just when you get in the pier, you don't need to be stealthy. You can just right, like so for the but that's only for like the, I forget what they're called, but like the brainwashed people, right? It's only the brainwashed like slaves that you shouldn't kill them. But if they're like bandits that are actually decked out in equipment, you can kill them. Tarkov helped a lot, and I mean, dude, like honestly, people have like mentioned that game so much to me. I feel like I just need to play it, you know? I've seen it played. Like I watched the YouTuber. His name's Wellyn, Welyn, and he usually does like Rust, and he's like super good at Rust. Okay, let me put the. I got stuck in an animation. Well, let me put the thing. I'm not sure. Don't kill anyone. Yeah, definitely don't kill anyone on the pier. But I'm pretty sure with the Baron's place, you can kill like actual bandits, just not the like brainwashed, whatever their names are. Yeah, you know what? You've convinced me. I'm gonna buy Tarkov, and I'm gonna see what it's about because I've heard it mentioned so much, and I've seen it played, and it looks fun. It looks stressful as hell, you know. Um, but it's kind of like that high stakes, high rewards. Dude, like I kind of am too. Yeah, I kind of am too. I get that. Like this level, it's like, okay, you're totally fine to kill any bandits, but I'm always paranoid I'm gonna accidentally shoot like a villager or something. And then Caspian, same thing. Um, Taiga, I usually just stealth all the way through Taiga. Like you really don't need to mess with anybody. You know what I mean? Like it's not that hard to sneak through. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at chat. I'm sorry. I was thinking if you'd responded yet or not. Jesus. To be fair, I'm like half drunk, so I'm not playing like the best I. Oh my god. Okay. It isn't super far back at least. You don't need Duke and Demir, you only need one. Do you only need one? I thought you needed 2 out of 3. I thought you needed 2 out of 3. I mean, I trust you. You've beaten this more than I have. Yeah, I know you don't need all of them, but like it's stupid. I actually feel guilty for like letting one of them die or one of them leave, you know? And if I have to give one up, I would give up Demir because he doesn't die. He just like leaves to go help Yule or whatever her name is. But like, dude, I can't. Oh, he does. Oh, see, I didn't know that. So is he enough? I thought you had to have at least either Duke or Demir with Alyosha, and you'd be okay. You only need all the strength trophy. Yeah, see, and I'm gonna try to get the full strength anyway. But for the good ending, you only need one, really. Huh. So it's kind of hard to get the bad ending then, because you have to intentionally let 3 bad things happen every time. I didn't know that. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know. Okay, I need to go back there. Left. Okay. You only need all strength. Oh, wait. Maybe I need to... Oops. You didn't get Demir, but you had Duke, right? I feel like you only need to get 2 out of the 3. Or at least let Duke or Demir make it, and then you're good. So I need to get one more equipment. I forgot. I need to get the armor. Which is pretty easy, because I think it's just out of... It's like under the overpass way up there. Oh, and Alyosha was shot. Okay, I didn't know that. So you either need to have Duke or Demir, and you're good. So it's only you only get the bad ending if you mess up all three. Yeah. I like Duke. I like Demir a lot too. I'm excited to see like what the next game is gonna hold. You know, like what direction they're gonna go in. I think it'd be fun to like revisit Taiga and have Alyosha go back and like meet his girl and I mean even Caspian. No, I'm pretty sure it's tied directly to how many crew members are alive or how many are dead. Because it's literally just like who can give you blood, right? That's basically the ending. Is do you have enough to give you blood and let you live, or do you not have enough and you're gonna die? You think you only need one. You might be right, yeah. I mean, I haven't done it enough times to know for sure. See, I think it's like there's like a van or something, and in the back of the van there's the armor, right? Or it's like right under the overpass. I'm gonna make more ball bearings. Teddy bear guitar, photo for goal. Yeah. Yeah, the guitar's important. Or the photo for Gule. Yeah. I always make sure she gets that photo just cuz I don't know, I kind of feel bad for her in a way. The hell? Did I just get hit by a demon? Oh my god. He like clipped out of the map. That was crazy. I'm gonna die. No, I'm alive. Huh. Yeah, so I did the teddy bear and the guitar. Yeah, so this van, this will have the armor. So the photo, yeah, I always make sure to get the photo in the bunker, right? It's like in the control center. Wasn't it in here? Am I crazy? Oh, I can add the other one at least. Jeez. Add more of those. All good. Armor. I'm still fine with extended filters, ammo pouches. I'll do that. I usually know which way I'm going. Close to their blue container. It's a blue container. Okay. Man, I could have sworn it was in the back of a van somewhere. Again, dude, it's been a year, so I like I hardly remember. Nothing in here. Oh, maybe it's further. It might be on the other side of the highway. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. No, no, no. It's like there-ish. We're gonna find it. One way or another, right? Not the other side. Look, do you remember? I don't remember. It's been a year. I thought I was in that van. Or at least close to. Yes, I have the night vision goggles. I think the only thing I'm missing is the armor upgrade, which I thought was in the back of that van. It's the only thing I'm missing from the level. I'm like stuck on the rail. Oh, he didn't die. That's a problem. That's fine. You have the night vision. Where you to get those? You need to key the user. Yeah, I have the night vision goggles. Yeah, I got the terminal. So I did the so there's my night vision goggles. But I did that much. The only thing I'm missing is the armor upgrade. I thought was in this room. But I guess I was wrong. Like I thought it was in this van or in the back of a van. So I got those at least. I don't trust the map I'm looking at. I mean, it says I gotta go kind of like way southeast. So I'll go kind of check over here. But I thought for sure it was like over here somewhere. Yeah, you're good, man. Take your time. Oh, and let me know your Discord so I can add you. Oh my god. There we go. Okay. It only took 5 shots. No, I did that. I did the key. Go to the place where you got the key. So I did get something from there. I got the ammo pouches from that that little like 2-story building, right? Oh god, I'm dying of radiation. Yeah, I can run back. Yeah, I mean the map that I'm looking at, it's been pretty inaccurate so far, so I don't know how much I trust it. What's there's a blue container. So like, yeah, like over here somewhere, right? It would be almost directly east of me. So it's to the northeast of the gas station. Dude, you need to go to bed, man. That's crazy. So I mean somehow, like if you can. I know that sucks. Huh. Usually your bedtime is 5 or 6. When do you wake up? It's so early. Okay, I'm gonna look at a more specific map thing. I got time. I wake up at 9 or 10, sometimes 11. Wow, so you 5 to 7 hours. I know what that's like, man. Have you tried uh-oh, I think something, maybe not. Have you tried any like anti-anxiety or like sleep medication or something like that? No, I bet they don't, dude, because they probably go to bed at like 10 or 11, right? Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I got picked up. I was looking at my phone for upgrade. Gas mask upgrade. Night vision goggles. Compass. Get up. Come on, Artyom. Throwing weapons. Battery charge controller. Ammo pouches. Helm upgrade. Metal detector. Oh, I might have gotten everything then. You know what? I think I got everything. So I think I'm good. I'm just gonna go back. They let you find something twice. I know that for sure. You never told them wake up. How old are you? Because the girl you like is 14. So are you in the 13 to 16 age range? You don't have to tell me specifically. I'm just curious. 13 to 16. That's my guess. $14. Yeah. Yeah, like Caspian, I know if you miss some stuff at Volga, oops. If you miss some stuff at Volga, they'll let you, like, you can find it again at Caspian. Because I know I've picked up the throwables, like vest attachment at Volga. 14. Dude, like, I've been there. I was super anxious, super depressed when I was 15, 16, and 17. And I didn't tell my parents anything, because I felt like, oh, they don't understand me. They don't know. They don't care. Like all that stuff. And, dude, let them know. Like, having your family there as a support group, I mean, it's life-saving, honestly. And something with anxiety where it's, you're literally suffering from insomnia. You can't sleep, you can't rest, and you feel like you're wired, you feel like you're awake all the time. It wears you down over time. And I realize that not everybody comes from a great family situation. Sometimes they have abusive parents, or sometimes they only have one parent. Oh, do you? See, and that's so tricky, man. Like, that's why I feel so lucky to have both of my parents still, and both of them genuinely care about me. But even then, like, it's hard to be honest with them, and let them know, like, hey, I'm struggling with this. You know, I used to hurt myself a lot of the time. And then when I went to college and I was alone and I didn't really have anybody, I would like get drunk and I would wake up and I would have like deep cuts all over my arms and I wouldn't remember like doing them to myself. It's really hard, man. It's really hard. And I'm not going to pretend to know your exact situation or anything like that, but no, man. I mean, that was when I was, let's see, the last time that I hurt myself, I was 23, 24, and I'm about to turn 27. And since then, I found the absolute love of my life. Um, I have a great relationship with my family, friends, I'm succeeding pretty well, I think, like in my job. I make good money, I'm appreciated, all that stuff. It just, sometimes you just have to hit your stride and you realize like, okay, here I am. I'm doing what I'm meant to do, or I'm doing something more than what I expected to. There's something to live for, all that stuff. Um yeah, and I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I know what that's like for you, with like if you have difficulty with your parents, like, not having the best relations. Like I went through that with my dad at one point where he and I could hardly be in a room together without like yelling or like arguing. But at the very least, man, I always had my mom and she was always there for me. Um, and that mattered a whole ton. So I'm thankful for that. But I don't know, man. Yeah, with like anxiety, not being able to sleep, insomnia, like sometimes it feels like nothing's gonna help you fall asleep. Wow, they like repopulated this base. I've never actually seen that. Um, with like insomnia, I had to like completely wean myself off of caffeine. Like where I stopped drinking coffee, I stopped drinking soda. Where is he? Oh, he's right there. He's literally right in front of me. I don't know where this guy is. Oh, right there. Criticizing. You're close. Yeah. Criticizing. Oh, did they? See, and that's another reason that I feel lucky is that like my parents are still together. Like they married each other. They've always been married to each other. They've never, been with other people, like all that. So I know I'm lucky. You know what I mean? Um, in that regard, because I know that that can definitely hurt the kid or hurt the child who's growing up in that situation. Um, and especially like, man, 14, dude. I was such a I was such a little piece of crap when I was 14. I was always looking to make trouble and always like kind of pushing the envelope, figuring out like what can I get away with, what can't I get away with, like all that. And I'm sure you're a better kid than I was, but this year had a month or so. Yeah. So you got to rely on your mom more. Yeah. I mean, that's got to be hard, man. Oh, no. Okay. Ignore that. I didn't die. It's fine. I'm reloading checkpoint. Look away from your screen. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Um, I mean, if you live mostly with your mom, and if it's between you not sleeping or, only sleeping 1 to 3 hours a night, I mean, it might be worth talking to her, you know? Dude, go ahead. I mean, if you're comfortable with it, go ahead and tell me, man. What are you scared of? Hmm. So you're scared to step out of line because you feel like your mom has conditioned you to where you're afraid to put a toe out of line?
What's that over there? Who's that fuckface?
Is that kind of how you feel? Like you're so afraid to say or do anything that you just feel like you're gonna get yelled at or criticized? Yeah.
Hey! There he is! Fuck! They got him!
No, man. Dude, I've been there, you know. So I would have called myself, you know, a troubled teen
That bitch is dead! The motherfucker is here!
from when I was like maybe like late 14 years old to when I would like turned 18. Like when I turned 18, I finally kind of got a lot of my stuff together, figured out, you know, how I was supposed to act. I had a better relationship with my parents, like all that. Um, but prior to that, you know, before that, you know, that wasn't the case at all. Um, Me and my dad were fighting a lot. My mom would tell me that she was like disappointed in me. I wasn't trying hard enough in school. I wasn't, you know, living up to the standards that they expected, you know, like a lot of the normal, you know, a lot of the normal struggles that, you know, our generation, you know, young people today, like we deal with more than any generation before us, you know. We've had more reasons to expect hardship and expect worse lives than our parents. And I mean, that's a hard place to be in, um, like mentally, you know. So, I mean, I don't fault you at all, man. Yeah, and see, for me, it was like, it was almost a point to where I would stick it to my parents by not getting good grades, you know. I would purposefully aim for B's instead of A's in some stuff because, you know, I felt like that would make them notice, like, oh, hey, what's going on? What's going on with him? What's going on? You know, like he should be doing better, like all that. And honestly, I feel like it was because I wanted them to talk to me about what was wrong. Because I wanted an excuse to talk about all the things that were bothering me. You know, because I had, since I was about 13, I had dealt with a lot of bad thoughts and bad tendencies. And, you know, I realize now, like looking back, I know, but during the time I hadn't realized that I was severely depressed. I had a lot of anxiety, depression issues, and I just didn't feel like I could bring it up with them. And I didn't feel like they would care, and I didn't feel like they would even, even if I had sat there and I had told them like, "Hey, mom, dad, this is what I'm going through. I'm struggling, with self-harm, I'm struggling with depression, I'm struggling with anxiety." I didn't think that they would have cared, you know? And I don't know, it's such a tricky thing, and it's sad that we're the ones, like the young people today, we're the ones who have to try to figure out how the hell we're gonna navigate, mental illness, and how we're gonna navigate all these problems. Like, even when, like you said, even when we're doing good. Like, I'm in a master's program right now, so I'm starting my thesis next week. So when I finish my thesis, I will have a master's in history, with an emphasis in ancient and classical history. So I basically study Greek and Roman history, and that's like my passion. And I still feel like I'm not good enough all the time. And I'll be the third person in the history of both sides of my family to have a master's degree. But I still feel like it's not good enough. I still feel like I could have done better, or I should do more, you know? And I feel like that's something that is very new with, Generation Z, and with like the later, history's so cool, man. Like, I could talk your ear off about,
Hey, I'm here on the crane. Come up
oh,
here.
where is she? What the hell? Oh, she's up there. She's at Crest's place. Dude, history is so fascinating, man. It's crazy to learn, particularly, I think, with me, like living in the United States, where I can look at a lot of the things that are happening politically, and I'm like, wow, this is just like with the Romans during, XYZ. And I feel like people just want to ignore history, but in actuality, it's like we're just repeating ourselves over and over and over. Like, are you familiar at all, dude, Captain Avery? Captain Avery. Have you read like any Socrates or Plato or Aristotle? Like, I mean, like really ancient thinking.
They have about 15 guards. 4 at the tugboat ladder, sentries at the pier. Sam will take the right flank. Come in, Sam.
I'm in position.
Duke is to the left of the hangar. Come in.
Duke in position, ready to take the guard off.
Idiot is on the far crane.
Ready for action. Got a mark on everyone on the pier.
Crest has scouted out the basement.
There's only 2 of them here. Busy repairing something, so this seems to be the best spot for quiet entry.
Well, Artyom, we're all set. You managed to get out of the church quietly, so let's make this one the same.
No, there's no right or wrong answer.
Beating up immature soldiers
But
like them.
like, honestly, go
Cut the chatter.
and
All
look
right,
up
Artyom, you're in charge. You call the shots.
quotes, like philosophical
Perhaps we should
quotes
wait for
by
dusk. It might be easier then. Some of the guards might follow.
Plato, Aristotle, and Socrates.
You could rest here in the cabin in the meantime.
And look at those and think about, have we as a species, as humanity, have we progressed beyond the questions philosophically that Socrates asked? And we haven't. Like, if you read what he asks, the questions that he poses is incredible, because you realize that in 2,500 years we have progressed almost nowhere. I mean, you don't have to. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to. But it's really interesting to think about. And that's part of the thing that I think drew me to history, is the fact that it is a cycle, and that history is doomed to repeat itself. And when you realize that the same dude, tell me the quote. I'd love to know it. That's a good one. That's a good one. A glow stick has to break before it glows. Yeah. Yeah. Even if we just, pause from video games, which, I love video games and everything, but philosophy and mental health and all those things, those take a front seat, right? So the idea that a glow stick has to break before it glows is the idea that there is potential, right? So in the case of a glow stick, it's chemical potential, where there's two chemicals that are not mixed, but once you break the glow stick, it breaks the barrier between the two chemicals and they mix and they become luminescent, right? I think that's a great analogy. Is that we have to, as humans, often we have to endure hardship. We have to experience it and survive it. And then we glow. So in a sense, we have to suffer, maybe a little bit, maybe a lot. And then we achieve our potential. We achieve the purpose that we have. You know what I mean? That's a good quote. That's a really good one. I'm going to steal that and use that in the future. There we go. So, yeah, dude. Spartan quotes are amazing. Yeah, and I don't mean to get too... Where the hell am I supposed to go? There's like a drop down somewhere. Thought it was over here. Yeah, because there's the boat. Okay. Do I know the if quote from... Oh, the is that when Philip II of Macedon sent them, like, if I chose to invade you, like, all of you would be subjugated before me and you would be forced to bend the knee. And the Spartans sent back a single word reply and they said, if, to Philip II of Macedonia. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, dude, that's like... Historically, that's like one of my favorite, like... Oh, okay. I missed the jump. Dude, like, epically savage. Oh, this is what I usually find. Yeah, so you come down here and we're gonna sneak through. Dude, that is like so unbelievably savage. Yeah, that's like... Historically, that's one of my favorite quotes of all time, is that quote. Where it just like reinforces that image of 300, the movie, where you're like, yeah, these guys are complete and utter badasses. Yeah.
You could climb aboard there. I'll
So I should have done this at night, and I'm just
I
now
didn't wait
realizing
for
that
them to pass.
I'm not doing this at night, where it would be at least 5 times easier. But whatever. I'm at least gonna finish this, and then I'll probably stop for the night.
We have to check it out.
I'm gonna change to a
I have to look for more stuff to do.
tin can.
Well, I sure don't like it, but we gotta check.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what my thesis is gonna be about. So my thesis
Just don't
is
shoot my ass, though, okay, you avenging angel?
about the effects of the Punic Wars on Rome's ability to subjugate. Okay, I messed up real bad because like you got me talking about like my my thesis, so that's your fault. I blame you. Um, um, so my thesis is basically going to be about like how the results of the Punic War set up the Roman Empire or the Roman Republic for its downfall, and how it was going to change to an empire. Because if you look at the agricultural distribution of land between the poor and the rich, that's when it started to shift between the Second and Third Punic Wars. So the Second Punic War completely knocked Carthage on its ass, which let the Roman Republic expand basically unchecked throughout the Mediterranean. And okay, let me not die here. Okay, I died there. And during that time, they also experienced a I mean that's what my thesis is about. So basically during the period, so basically like the 3rd century BC, Rome began to expand because they didn't have any checks on them. Dude, I know a fair bit of stuff. So like the Roman system of agriculture, you saw the rise in like plantation style. So because they had experienced a huge influx of slaves due to the Punic Wars with Carthage, where they enslaved a bunch of people. The Gallic Wars, so in Gaul, it enslaved a ton of people from Gaul. Rival tribes in España, which was Spain, modern day Spain, which is, I mean, technically Iberia, so that's your hometown, so you should know about that. Um, so Rome essentially used that to boost their agricultural production, and that led to a severe um, disbalance between the poor and the rich, where plantations were on the rise, and those were typically owned by aristocrats, so members of the patrician class, and the poor were ever more pushed into smaller lots, smaller farms, like all of that jazz. And that set the precedent for one of the well, first of all, one of the biggest tumults in Roman Republic history, which were the slave revolts, which there were 3 slave revolts, 2 of them happening in Sicily, 3 of them happening abroad. The most famous of which was Spartacus, where Spartacus led slaves in a revolt against, their Roman oppressors. The are questions about the Arverni. Oh, okay. So the Avignon, which is like southern France, like Gaul. What are your questions about them? Like, no joke, I could literally talk for 10 hours about Roman history. Whether that's me telling you stuff or you telling me stuff, I would dig that to almost no end whatsoever. Got a quick load. I forgot I died. You distracted me again. Okay. Sure. Go ahead. I'm going to focus on what you're saying. Evocati cohort. So the cohorts in Rome, basically the Evocati are the real. So it's kind of tricky. So what happened basically was in the, I guess it would be the Marian reforms in the 3rd century BC. So Marius basically went in and he reformed the Roman military system into the cohort system. So prior to that, you had the what were they called? The Princeps, the Triarii, and there was another one. Shoot, Triarii, Hastati. I think it was the Hastati. So that was like kind of what they fought the Punic Wars with. And so yeah, so the legionaries. So prior to the Marian reforms, that was kind of the standard, was that it technically was a volunteer, well, it wasn't strictly a volunteer force, but it wasn't a permanent military. And so with the Marian reforms, it established a permanent standing military for Rome. It reconstructed the oh my gosh, what were they called? Oh my gosh, the cohorts. The cohorts replaced. Oh my gosh, what was the military form? I have it written on a note somewhere here, because this is part of my thesis that I haven't started yet. Carthage, too many slaves. Returning soldiers weren't able to afford maintaining the land. Loss of faith in the Senate. Let me look. Daenerys, Perseus, doesn't matter. Vigiles, that sounds right. Inflexible. Punic Wars granted Rome a dominant position in the Western Mediterranean, but the experience of the wars fundamentally changed Rome's military and politics, and also laid the foundations of the Roman desire for empire and overseas expansion. This brought them into conflict with more and more foreign powers. That's like essentially my thesis. Defeated Carthage, left no equal power. Seleucids, landless. Oh, maniples. So the maniples, that's the word. So prior to the Marian reforms, the Romans had been organized into maniples, and then they got revamped during Marius's reign as a censor, or a oh my god, consul. So basically he included landless. So prior to the Marian reforms, the only people who owned a certain number of land, or a certain amount of land, were qualified for military service. And so to get around that, he removed that restriction, and he also divvied up conquered land. So like in Gaul, Illyria, Macedon, places away from the Italian peninsula, Marius offered those lands to veterans of the wars. Basically, say if you serve in the war, you're guaranteed at least 200 iuris of land, which is what was like standard for a like olive plantation or grape plantation or something like that. And then he created an actual professional standing army, which prior to the Marian reforms, which I think was like in 214 or 216 BC, they were like a volunteer force that was divvied up every single year, and it was like a whole process. But he basically made a standing professional army, which increased like the level of training for individual soldiers and also standardized the equipment. So prior to that, it was basically the wealthy people who could afford to equip themselves with armor would fight in the wars, right? Because if you were wealthy enough to own land, you were wealthy enough to provide yourself with, bronze armor or swords or whatever it was that you chose to fight with. So the Marian reforms established a standardized level of equipment where it was, the state provided weapons and the state provided uniforms and armor for the individual fighter to fight with. So it was every legionnaire was equipped with the same thing. They were equipped with not a oh my gosh, what's the legionnaire sword? Is before that it was a Spanish espada. I think it was the espada sword. It was a single-edged weapon. It was very similar to the Greek kopis. And then later, spears or shields or whatever it was very uniform. And then the switch from maniples to cohorts. So it basically standardized and increased the number of people involved in a single unit of battle in the Roman military. And it made legions like more flexible and standardized. So instead of, a maniple is this many people, it was like, okay, we're gonna subdivide that into cohorts so that we can have 3 cohorts fighting together or 5 cohorts fighting together. And I believe it was also Marius and his Marian reforms who also standardized equipment for the princeps equitaris, which was the Roman mounted infantry. And they had lighter armor and different equipment that basically enabled them to move rapidly throughout the battlefield and jump from point A to point B to point C and bolster whatever part of the Roman front line that might be like flagging, like they might be experiencing fatigue or equites. Yes. So like Latin for horse. So, but my thesis, so what I'm actually studying would be the Roman system of like agriculture and farming and what effect it had on the politics after the Punic Wars. So, sorry, I probably bored, dude. I'm so sorry. I probably bored you so bad right there. Oh, I paused. That was weird. I was in a Steam menu and I died. So let me end that. Yeah, man. No, I mean, it's just, I'm a nerd. I can't help it, I play video games. I study ancient Roman history that isn't of interest to most people. And I didn't mean to rail on you for 20 minutes. And I'm sorry. The Praetorian Guard, it's actually interesting how that was such a double-edged sword. So the Praetorian Guard was initially created to protect... Hit him, punch him. There we go. The Praetorian Guard was initially created to protect the emperor against insurrection. And then, oh, that's so refreshing. That's so nice of you to say, man. Thank you. But after they were actually created, the Praetorians would essentially choose loyalty to an emperor. So they would be like, okay, no, we don't like this emperor, we're gonna let him die. Or we do like this emperor, so we're gonna, protect him and make sure that he's doing well. So with Commodus, they would be like, nah, fuck this guy, he's a monster, he's a piece of shit, we don't like him. And then, with another emperor, they might be more protective. So one thing, if you haven't learned about them, they're really interesting. So after the Western Roman Empire fell and the Eastern Roman Empire or the Byzantine Empire continued, you could look up the Varangian Guards. Here, I'll type that real quick. And they were the spiritual successors to the Praetorians, but in Greece, like in Constantinople, in the Eastern Roman Empire. And they would essentially, they were Vikings. They were literally straight up Vikings that earned a place of prestige in the Byzantine court. And so they earned the right to defend the Eastern Roman Emperor with their lives. And it's actually really fascinating to read about because you never think of Norwegians or Vikings as like kind of mixing with that, but the kind of like the Roman, but not Greek. Yeah, definitely not Greek. Yeah, and that's what I think makes them really interesting is the fact that it's like, no, they were literally Swedish and Norwegian raiders who ended up traveling through the Black Sea, finding Constantinople, and were like, hey, you're kind of cool. Like, would you be okay if we protected you? And they're like, you know what? You guys are like 6'2". You're really scary, and we would love for you to protect us. So yes, absolutely. It's just like one of those like facets of history that I didn't know about until a couple years ago. So it's like, I think it's super interesting. And it sounds like you're also kind of a history buff, so for you, hopefully it's interesting. I'm sure to 95% of people this is boring as shit, but I'm alright with it.
I'll distract the guards now.
Yeah. And like even further along in history, like when the Ottoman Empire or the Ottomans took over a lot of Anatolia, and they conquered Constantinople, renamed it Istanbul, took over, the Levant and a lot of the Eastern Mediterranean.
Whoever gets there
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. No, you don't have to promise. I'm basically gonna finish the bridge and I have to go to bed because I'm so tired. Assuming I haven't answered your question adequately by then. Because I'd rather talk to you than play this game, to be honest.
Just like Father Salandius foretold.
Who arrived?
Satan's slaves! It's like you missed the morning sermon.
Well, I didn't.
One day you are going to get sent to fight demons for that.
Oh, but it's so early. Just tell me what he said.
All right. A heretic actually arrived right at the sermon. Our guys rushed over to save the Holy Father, and the heretic killed most of them. They say he wouldn't touch you if you surrendered.
Ask your question, sir.
The unarmed folk that just happened to be there. He hasn't lost.
Oh, and we need to figure out the Discord stuff before I completely leave.
But He and Krill vowed to eradicate all the demons. You don't just come back after that. Well, ask anyone. They got captured by heathens, but a heretic, one of the new ones.
Well, it's who? Who do you mean exactly? So like what era of Rome are we talking about?
No, he did not. He came back and with a huge fuss at the church and got his way too. Now we will be praying for that
Clouds
heretic
hashtag 90,
assignment.
19.
Got that?
Okay, I'm gonna add that real quick before I just forget to do that. Home, new group DM. How do I add people? What the hell? We're gonna disable add friend. Okay, so like ancient Rome, as in like anything BC. Is that what you mean? So like anything before the common era. Is that fair? I think I sent it to you. Double check, make sure that I'm good. I'll keep playing. Anything BC. So
It would please God.
so they wouldn't always, and that's kind of the tricky thing. So
Then we just made this
so I went on about the Marian reforms, right? Where they standardized Roman equipment, and that includes armor. So that includes weapons, that includes armor. The gladius, actually, before the gladius, it was the espada, which is a Spanish sword, similar to the Greek kopis. And so before that, they didn't really have super heavy armor. But what was, they still did have the world's greatest heavy armor in the world. And part of it was that they didn't have the cavalry technology to completely negate infantry lines. Okay, let me double check. Discord. Add friend. I'm going to do clouds. Oh, maybe I did an S instead of a Z. Clouds. Hashtag 1922. Clouds. Hashtag 1922. It should be good. Let me know if that comes up in the next like 5 minutes or so. So a common misconception is so even with Greek and Roman infantry, they would think, oh, they had more horses, they had, mounted cavalry. So that means that they would win against, a lesser cavalry because they would basically just be able to charge down the enemy line, kind of like in the Lord of the Rings, right? So in the end of 2 and in the end of 3, the Rohirrim, which was the Rohan's cavalry force, would basically march, or they would charge down the orcs and they would win that way. But the problem was that the stirrup, which is the footholds that you'd put your feet into on a saddle, weren't introduced in Europe until somewhere between the 12th and 13th centuries. So it didn't make sense to couch a lance, which would basically mean, when you have a spear and you would tuck it up under your armpit and you would charge down your enemy. That didn't exist prior to the 12th or 13th century in Europe, or European history, Middle Eastern history, because the stirrup hadn't been introduced yet until that point. So horses were seen as a value in regard to their ability to quickly traverse terrain, and they'd be able to move from point A to point B very quickly and reinforce positions that needed to be reinforced. And so the cavalry would be more lightly armored than the infantry, but in terms of infantry, Rome had the greatest heavy infantry in the world in the 3rd century when they fought the wars with Carthage. So it's not that it didn't work. I mean, the heavy armor worked extremely well, because if you look at the weapons that the Carthaginians used against the Romans in the 3rd century BC, they would use things similar to the gladius, similar to the espada, like very short swords, iron, maybe composite steel. They were past bronze at this point, but they would use these weapons, and the it wouldn't matter because the Romans had so much discipline and so much um, training and discipline in their units that the Carthaginians struggled a lot until Hannibal Barca came. And Hannibal had such a great strategic mind that he was able to outmaneuver, outdo, just outpace the Romans at basically every turn. And he dealt the greatest defeat of Roman history at the Battle of Cannae. Rome, Macedon, Seleucids, Carthage, Kush. Yeah, the hint in the Kush, Averni, Bactria, and much, much more. You can recreate these land files. You know what? Like, I've owned Total War Rome 2 since it came out, I think, but I never played it. And then it's interesting because now I'm in a degree where I'm about to get my master's degree in history, and I still haven't played it, but I know I would love it. Like, it would like blow my mind with like, oh my god, yeah, like this, like that. Um but the Romans basically, they had the greatest heavy infantry in the world, and they banked on it and they won. Um do you Yeah, I have it in Steam. I just haven't played it in ever. So maybe I need to. I picked up I like the game EU4, so Europa Universalis 4, and I grabbed oh, it has Sparta too, really. I was supposed to go the other way. I grabbed Imperator Rome because that's like right up my alley with like early Roman and Greek like history, like warfare. So like Sparta, Boeotia, um, Ithaca, Athens, like all those different city states that were essentially world powers at the time. And I just haven't played it yet because I know that it's gonna be a really complicated game, and I'm like, oh shit, do I have time for that yet? I don't know. Um, Yeah. So I wouldn't say that swords and arrows went straight through Roman armor, but the Romans had been outmaneuvered and completely routed by Carthaginian forces a couple of times. Like, part of the Second Punic War was the fact that Hannibal Barca was such a good strategist that um his name was Fabian. This is called Fabian Tactics. Um Something Fabian. I can't remember. So Fabian Tactics, he was basically elected consul of Rome, and all he did, he was called the Conqueritor, which was the delayer, because all he did was like, I'm not gonna fight Hannibal straight up. I'm gonna delay him. I'm gonna delay him. I'm gonna delay him until I can finally, we can either outproduce or outpace the Carthaginian military, which he did. That was close. Oh, he saw me? You're kidding. I'm gonna die. It's fine. Hit him, hit him, hit him. Yeah, we got him. It has Athens, Egypt. Oh god. Didn't Parthia used to be a pain in the ass of the Romans with their excellent cavalry? Yeah, so like Parthian... Well, the Parthians were a pain in the ass. The oh my god, what were they called? The Numidians. The Numidians were a big deal because during the second Punic War, for the first like 80% of the war, the Numidians helped Hannibal beat the shit out of the Romans, and it wasn't until the Romans managed to basically the king died and there was two princes, and one prince supported Rome and one prince supported Carthage, and they backed the election of the first prince so that they would have, was his name Saba? No, the Numidians were, it was a Massa something. Let me look that up. Massasina. So it was Massasina, and he backed the, I'm gonna knock him out and pray to God the guy next to me doesn't notice. Okay, he noticed. We're gonna knock him out anyway. Oh, dude, there were so many bodies. Are you counting just military, or are you counting military versus military?
So you got me, you damned heretics. You took gotcha, and now you have me. Damn, you are quicker to him.
Oh, is it a faction in the
We're
game?
just passing through. Let us through peacefully. Our guys won't shoot. We've been easy on you people the whole time, and Katya asked us to take her along herself. Do you get me? Sure thing. First, you kill
Sabathia?
the local cutthroats,
I'm not
and then
familiar,
you switch
but
to us.
I'm not
Will you kill
1000% an
elders and
expert.
children too? Or have you drunk enough blood already?
Hopefully Duke lives.
Leave us for good now. God
Let me
will
look that
punish
up.
you for your sins, but my responsibility is to tend
Might
my flock. That's a good boy.
bolster my memory.
Hear me, brothers. Hold your fire. You hear me? I'll excommunicate everyone who
Sabathia? Is that Celtic? They used to fight against the Kush Empire.
Tell the driver to keep it slow. The bridge is in shambles, so don't stop. Or the bridge might collapse. You will have to jump here. We've reached an agreement. They will let us through if we don't shoot and move slowly. And don't stop. I repeat, do not stop. Over.
I can't find it because he's a New York Yankees pitcher.
Artyom, let's jump! Well,
New
that's
York
a job
Yankees,
well
he's a history.
done, huh?
I don't remember anything called Sabathia, but oh, cool. So Duke and Lower the Bridge unlocked. We got him.
We left Volga behind. The endless
So
expanses of
Spring, I'm
Russia
gonna save
stretch
Spring for the
before
next
us
part.
now.
I'm
The
gonna
bridge
keep talking
dwellers
to
had
Y
finally
Clouds
decided
because
to
he's
believe
a
that we were not
goddamn
demons
badass, and I
and
like
let us
talking to
pass.
him. So
Anna
anybody
was
on
right.
YouTube, for the
We
two of you who are
invaded
gonna
their
watch
world.
this, you can
It's not up
eat
to
your heart
us
out.
to destroy it.
Sabbatians.
No matter how
Oh,
stupid
2Bs?
it may
Let me
seem.
look. I don't
Electricity is a sin. Is that
recall
really
them.
worse than the lies we were told in the metro? About how the whole world was dead and there was nowhere to go? Everybody in the tunnels
Jewish
bought that
followers,
convenient lie.
Zivai, Sephardic,
Once we reach
Jewish
Yaman
rabbi,
Town, we will
Kabbalists.
at least know if that
There
lie
were a
was
variety of
justified.
Jewish followers
Since so
from
far, we
16 to
haven't
16.
met any
I don't know if
signs of
that's
enemy
rooted in
occupation.
actual history. So Rome versus Carthage across all the wars, I think like somewhere between like 1 and 1.5 million people died, which is like at that time that was crazy. Like that was huge percentages of the population. So like the Roman Senate, I think like 1 out of every 3 senators died. So straight up like 33% of the population had fought and died in the Punic Wars. Saba is a faction. Sabbatians. I didn't find anything about the Sabbatians, and I don't remember learning anything about them. If it's the Kush Empire, it might be a little bit too far east. Sabbatan? Is that what it is? Sabbatan. because that's Egypt, Nubian, Sudan. Yeah, I'm not sure about Sabatan. I know a lot more about. Oh, I mean that's fine. I'm using a game to infer knowledge is totally fine. I do that all the time with EU4, uni Europa Universalis 4, where I'm like, oh yeah, the Serbians, Albanians, Croatians, like during the 16th century AD. Kingdom of Kush religion. Yeah, I'd have to get back to you on that. I could look that up for sure, figure it out. I have somewhere between like 50 and 60 educational, like academic books about, like 700 BC to 300 AD, specifically about like Mediterranean cultures and stuff. Dude, me too. Yeah, same. Yeah, like the only time, like I think in school I learned about the French Revolution for all of, one class or half of a class. And then I played Unity and I was like, "Oh, who's this figure?" And I would look it up and I'd be like reading about, whatever historical figure or whatever it was. Um See, I need to play Syndicate. I own it, but I haven't played it yet. The last well, technically I played um all of the games up to Unity, and then I skipped a bunch and played Odyssey because Unity I bought when it first came out and it was really buggy and it wasn't, well made or anything like that. And so I was kind of mad at Ubisoft and I was like, "Oh, come on, like you can't make a decent game. Like what the hell?" And then I finally got back into it with Odyssey because, like you can tell I'm an ancient and classical history major. So I'm like, "Oh my god, like the Boeotians, the Athenians, the Ithacans, like all this stuff, like it was super, super interesting to learn about. Like I got to meet Aristophanes, I got to meet Socrates, like all these Brasidas, where he was I don't think he was Spartan, he was technically Boeotian, and he is like one of the coolest generals of like ancient history. Like he was just super, super cool. And so I was super excited to learn about that. And now I want to pick up Valhalla because I loved Odyssey so much that I want to play Valhalla because I know it's kind of like that new Assassin's Creed like game style, where it's not like the first game or like the Ezio trilogy or anything like that. Dude, yeah, like it's just such a good name, Like you're like, "Oh, Assassin's Creed Unity, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Assassin's Creed Odyssey." And then you're like, "Dude, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We're like the badasses over here." Like that's so cool, man. Yeah, it's so cool, especially after playing like God of War and like really being introduced to Norse mythology and the intricacies of the Norse gods and stuff. Like, yeah, I really, really want to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So I'm probably gonna buy it once it's on sale, and I'll probably stream it at some point. But dude, God of War was amazing. I want to pretty soon I'll buy a Elgato capture card so that I can play my PlayStation 4 games on PC, and I'm gonna buy a PlayStation 5 pretty soon, in the next like 2 or 3 months. So that would be so cool to play, Last of Us 2, God of War, like all those really, really awesome signature games of PlayStation. Oh, dude, yeah, I bet it looks awesome on the PS5. Like in HDR, like 60 frames. Because it looks amazing just on like the regular PlayStation 4. Yeah, I bet it looks awesome. Is that one of your favorite console games? Is Dude, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you mentioned that. Like the next like series that I want to do is Resident Evil, where I want to do Resident Evil 4 and then I want to go back and do the new Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 in preparation for Village coming out, because the demo for Village looked awesome. And I love Resident Evil is right up there in like my top 3, top 4 favorite like franchises of all time. Metro, same thing. I love 7. Yeah. I came pretty I haven't platinumed it yet on PlayStation, and I own it for PC. And I was actually debating. I was like, man, I should probably I kind of want to play that for like my next, like whenever I'm done with Exodus. I'm like, trying to think of like what games do I want to play next. And so part of me was like, oh, Divinity Original Sin 2. I was thinking of Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 7, a few different games. One thing that I would like to do, and I've done it before, but I never did it on stream, is beat the Call of Duty Modern Warfare trilogy with pistols only, except for where you like have to use a different gun. Either to shoot down like helicopters or snipe or something like that. Like apart from that, I was like, I want to do like a pistols only run on Hardened, and I've done it before, but I never recorded it. But yeah, dude, I love Resident Evil 7. Like Resident Evil 4 is one of my favorite games of all time. And then Resident Evil 5 wasn't that good. Resident Evil 6 wasn't that good. And then finally they like won my love back with 7. And yeah, you know what? I kind of want to play that one. I kind of want to play that now that you said that. Like I don't remember where like everything is. Kind of like with Metro, where I'm like, oh shit, where are all the Pelican coins? Like I don't remember where everything is, but I could definitely play the crap out of that game. No, man, that's not. You shouldn't get hate for that, dude. Far Cry is like a seriously good game series. Like I just played through Far Cry 5 like last year. And then I got through 80% of New Dawn, and then I got distracted by other games and I didn't finish. But it's a beautiful game. It's super fun. You can get up to like all the wacky fun, like, flying helicopters, fishing, fighting bears. Like, dude, there's no reason to be worried that you'll get hate for loving Far Cry 5, because that game's awesome. Oh, yeah, Metro Exodus is your favorite game. You totally get that. Exodus is so good, man. It's so good. I feel bad that it's been a year since I've played it last time. So, yeah, and whenever they come out with the new game, man, I'm going to buy that first day, because I want to know what happens to Artyom. I want to know, do they make a cool settlement? Do they go back to Taiga and help them? Like what happens with Alyosha, Demir, like all those people, You had so much fun and everything. Yeah, I have so when I upgraded my PC, I bought a Ryzen processor. And so they part of like the promotion is that they gave me a online key for Far Cry 6. So whenever Far Cry 6 comes out, which I think it's supposed to come out in the next like 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure it comes out in February. I have a key for it. So I will download it and I'm going to stream it and I'm going to play it, you know. So I'm pretty excited about that. Because I love Far Cry 3, I love Far Cry 4, and I love Far Cry 5. Yeah, dude, I have a pre-order key for Far Cry 6. So the day it's available, I'm going to be playing it and I'm going to be streaming it. And I'm like super, super excited. You did? Yeah, man. Like, that's going to be fun. Oh, when you upgraded your PC? Yeah, because you told me that you upgraded your hardware. So your dad bought you PS5, right? Because you didn't have money to upgrade yourself. Dude, if you want to do co-op, I'll do co-op with you, man. I don't know what stuff they have in the new game, but that'd be fun as hell, man. I'd love to play with you. Oh, is that what happened? Oh, that was nice of him. Yeah, it's still really hard to get a PlayStation 5 in America right now. Yeah, was how? Yeah, exactly. Where you're like, dude, how much money did you actually spend on this? Like, this is crazy. Yeah, because they're so like out of stock everywhere. It's like right now you can buy a PlayStation 5 in America, like through StockX or Mercari or like other like online vendors, but it's gonna cost, you know, like $800 or something stupid. Yeah, I'm really impressed. Oh, he did? Wow. Wow, that's really cool of him. That's really cool of him. I want one really bad, I just don't have one yet. I'm waiting for the price to drop a little bit because I already feel bad because I spent like $900 on a 3070 graphics card. So I'm like, listen, you can't do that and then turn around and spend, you know, $900 on a PS5. Like, it hurts too much, you know. Yeah, no joke. Yeah, I got the Asus TUF Gaming Overclocked Edition, and I think it was like 820 plus tax, which made it to be about $900. 500 euros. Wow, so that's a lot less. Because like 500 euros is like 650, $650 or so for us. Dude, I would have killed to have that much. Let me look. 500 euros. Oh my god, $600? Dude, you're so lucky. Yeah, so like what is 900? Let me look at this up. Like $900 to euros. So I basically spent 742 euro for my graphics card. Yeah, 742 euro for my graphics card compared to like 580. That's crazy. Isitica, the best one in Portugal. Is there? Yeah, I have a 3060 Ti on like back order pre-order because I want to make my fiance a gaming PC so that she'll like get into games. And right now that's about $500. Let me figure out what that is in euros. It's a little bit weaker than the 3070, but it's 412 euro right now. So I have that pre-ordered, and hopefully next week the order will go through so that I'll have that. Wow, 350. That's crazy. Yeah, man, the prices have just gone like absolutely bananas the last year, both for graphics cards and for processors. Like even looking at Ryzen 5 3600s or 3700X or like all those CPUs, like they're really really expensive right now compared to what they could have been. What CPU did you get? Cuz you said you had a 3070 and you said you had a 5800X or a 5700X. Yeah, that's about says like $550. That's about what you could get one now. Maybe a little bit cheaper. Like if I wanted to get one, I would probably be spending like 500 euro or 520 euro for a 5800X. Yeah. I'm waiting for prices to go down and then I'll upgrade my CPU because I have a 3950X and I want to get the 5950X and then I'll give my 3950 to my fiance's build. So I'm kind of waiting for prices to go down so I can do that. Kappa. Yeah, dude, it's 10 o'clock for me, 10 p.m., but I have to wake up at like 6 a.m. It's 5 a.m. It's your bedtime, right? Didn't you say you go to bed at like 5 or 6? What RAM speeds are important for Ryzen CPUs? So for you, because you have Zen 3 architecture with the 5000 series, you should have 4 RAM sticks no matter what. So you should have every single slot of your RAM populated with something. And honestly, RAM speed, so with DDR4, the standard speed. Oh shoot, that's great. Yeah, I was gonna say standard speed is for DDR4 is 2133 megahertz, and so if you have anything 3200 to 3600 is totally fine. So if you've got 4000 megahertz, um, do you have? Are you sure it's at 4000? Like, did you is that what it says on the stick, or is that what it says on your like software? Like if you download CPU Z, here, I'm gonna toggle out. So CPU Z is a software that will let you monitor your CPU gigahertz, all that stuff, XMP. Oh, you did. So you did XMP for 4000. Wow. Yeah. So I mean that's like above average. Like honestly, anything over 3200, anything over 3200 megahertz, you're going to see diminishing returns where the difference between 3200 and 3600 is less noticeable than the difference between like 3200 and like 2650 or like whatever that next step down is. So The difference between 36 and 4000 is less noticeable than the difference between 32 and 36. So 4000 megahertz is, yeah, that is a-okay, totally fine, no problem with that. I've got 32 gigs at 32. Oh, no, 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 no. There's no way it's 6000 megahertz. Have you seen that RAM? I think. Which? Oh, you mean for like overclocking? Like records? Because I think I watched oh, DDR5. I haven't seen anything about DDR5 yet. I watched Jay's 2 cents. So he's a really good YouTuber. Oh yeah, ROG, that doesn't surprise me. So Jay's 2 cents, I watched him overclock DDR4 memory, and he did it to like 5000 megahertz or something like absolutely ridiculous. Wow, that's crazy. Like it's crazy how exponential computers are, you know. Yeah, I watch Linus Tech Tips, Bitwit, and Jay's 2 cents. Those are the three big computer channels I watch. Yeah, I like Linus and Bitwit. Yeah, they're pretty funny. Jay's 2 cents is pretty good too. Like they do a lot of different stuff, which I think is really interesting, you know, like seeing what the top end, like cutting edge stuff is. Here, let me go to that. Ooh, I'm so fancy. I changed my screen. Oh, is it really? Wow. Okay, so the sound, how delayed is it? Like the sound to, or I guess the input to sound. Because as far as I know, I don't have any like input delay or anything like that yet. Um, 5 to 6 seconds. Okay, that seems about what you would expect. Yeah, from like me to upload video versus sound, compress sound, upload sound. Huh. 5 to 6 seconds. Okay. Yeah, because there's an option to like delay stream by like 10 or 15 seconds or something like that, where you can change. If you don't have any delay in your internet, you should be fine. Yeah, my internet's pretty quick. Like I get about like 130 megabytes per second download and like 8 megabytes upload or something like that. Um, you know, I don't really notice much lag, especially compared to the internet I had like 6 or 7 years ago, where it was lagging like crazy. Oh, it does. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Oh. So you must have pretty good internet then. Yeah, like trying to do everything immediately kind of like puts too much on your system or on your internet. It needs time to like process and having, yeah, time to like buffer and stuff. That makes sense. Oh, you got the is that the one with like the 8 spikes on it where it's like the yeah, the like ROG spiky crown router meme thing? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. 100 megabytes. Phew. Excuse me, sorry. Oh, did my oh, my Discord did go through. Okay. That's you. Got it. Okay. Let me thumbs up. Boom. There we go. Bless me. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. Okay. Yeah, I've only done this streaming thing for 2-second delay. There we go. I mean, that's impressive considering you're in Portugal. You know what I mean? Like you're literally, what is that? Like 1,600 miles away from me or something like that. Let's look. Denver to not Madrid. Lisbon. Let me look at miles. I don't care about hours. Show me miles. 50 hours, 40 hours. No, what are the... It doesn't tell me what miles. It just tells me what freaking... How long a flight would be. Okay, let's do it this way. Maps.google.com. Listen, when I figure out how far it is, I'll tell you in kilometers. I recognize that kilometers are better. You just have to bear with me because everybody else in America is an idiot. That still doesn't tell me. Okay. 4,750 miles. We're going to do 4,750 miles to kilometers. Oh, I said 4,000. It's like 7,800 kilometers. Oh no. Hi, Grant. How's it going, Grant? 176. 176 is way taller than 5 foot, isn't it? $5.7 feet. Yeah, that's 5 foot 7 feet is pretty tall for a 14-year-old. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So I'm like, let me look. Okay, inches. I'm 5'10". I'm 60, 70 kilometers. So I'm 178 centimeters. That's how tall I am. That's how tall I am. So what I was saying was, all things considered, like 2 to 5 second delay on 7,900 kilometers. I mean, that's pretty reasonable, don't you think? White clouds. I mean, that's like almost magic. Yeah, no, I mean, that's, like, pretty impressive. I remember back in the day, we would have dial-up internet, which meant that you would literally have to, like, hang up all your phones for your internet to go through, and it would still take, like, 8 minutes to load one picture on, like, images.google or, like, whatever website you were using. Do I have a schedule? No, I don't have a schedule. I'm gonna try to stream most of the weekends, like, during the afternoon or evening Mountain Standard Time. So, basically the time that you came on, but a couple hours earlier too. And then the evenings, which are pretty much like 3 to 6 in the morning for you. So, like, I typically work from, like 8 to 4 Mountain Standard, which would essentially be like 9 or 10 p.m. from you, right? Oh, no, no, no. It would be, yeah, 9 or 10 for you when you get off, and then it would go on. I would have to guess when you're streaming. Yeah, well, let me figure this out real quick. Pretty much like 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. What is your actual GMT? Are you like -1? Is that what you are? Let me figure that out. Oh, because of COVID. Yeah, you're in the middle. Oh, 5:20. Oh, that's right. Okay, so it's 5, so it's 7 hours because it's 10:20 for me right now. So you're 7 hours ahead of me because for you it's February 1st, and for me it's January 31st. So I'll try to start most nights, like I'll do 7 to 8 Mountain Standard Time, which means for you it will be 2 to 3 in the morning every night is when I'll start. Maybe earlier. Maybe I'll do like 1 in the morning for you. Yeah. And like I don't know. Like I probably won't stream every night, but now that we're on Discord, like I can let you know. If that's what you prefer, I can shoot you a message. Well, I'm going to try to stream through the week. I don't do it as consistently, but during the weekend, like Saturday, Sunday, I try to stream, at least a few hours. Like I said, like this is only my 12th or 13th day streaming, so I'm still trying to work out, what I'm capable of or what I'm comfortable with or anything like that. So, oh yeah, dude, I can totally do that. Yeah, I'll message you on Discord just to at least give you a heads up. I hope I don't move through Exodus too fast because I'd hate for you to, like tune in and it's like me playing some game you don't give a shit about. Yeah, dude, I'll do that for sure. Yeah, it's been fun talking to you. Yeah, it's been fun. I'll let you know every time, at least for Exodus, and then you can decide if whatever game I play next, if you care about. I like your idea though. I'll probably do Resident Evil 7 probably. Yeah, man. I hope you're, I got to go to bed. I got to get up for work. Thanks, man. No, you don't have to say that, man. I'm okay. I'm just normal. I'm an average person, but dude, I hope I hope you're doing okay. Hope you and your mom and everything. Same thing with the girl you like at least, or the girl you love. I hope she does well. See, me too. Like, I care way more about the person who's playing than the game that they're playing. Like, I would watch the most boring game in the world if it was somebody I cared about playing it. So I appreciate you saying that, man. Like, honestly, like, that made my whole week, you just saying that. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, that. It feels so good. So thank you very much. You gotta go to bed, man. I mean, it's like, what did you say? It's like 5:20 in the morning for you? Yeah, I'll have a good time at work tomorrow. If I stream after work, I'll shoot you a DM on Discord just so you know. Have a good night, man. I appreciate you talking to me. It's been like seriously so much fun. Like, this is the most audience interaction I've had, so it's like super refreshing. It's super cool getting to know you. So, hopefully it works out, and then next time I'm streaming, we can hang out again and talk together. So, yeah, man, try to sleep. Try to sleep. Breathing exercises, avoid any form of caffeine. And I know it's going to be hard, but if you talk to your mom about what you're going through, if they can prescribe you some sort of sleeping medication or something like that, that'll go a long way for you. So I hope you sleep well, man. Like, seriously, have a good night, rest up, tackle tomorrow, man. It's a new day. You can do a lot. So have a good one. I'll let you know the next time I'm streaming. See ya.